Roger, roger. I guess we got some goofy propagation. Over.
He's way off frequency, isn't he?
Okay, Dennis, we got it there. WV6 ISO, KM6 SRR 73.
Okay, good evening, Dennis, if you can hear me, K6MYC. We're making power. And let's see, good evening, Rob. You must have some names and call signs for me.
Roger, roger. We had a correction we worked out with Dennis there, too. Over.
A correction?
Yeah, there was a guy, we just gave him a number here not too long ago, and he looked up, he had an old number. So when I looked up the old number, it was kind of a goofy, instead of an N, it was a K in there. And the city was the same, but the name was funny and different. So I told him it would be fine for him to use that number, and I'll change it on my list. Over.
So you kept him with the old number?
Yeah, 782 is the old number there. His call sign is N6BX, and what we had marked down under 782 was K6BX, and the same city, but everything else was goofy.
Yeah, okay. I got him in here. Where is he located?
Suisun City, I think it is.
Oh, yeah, Suisun Bay. That's halfway up, just the beginning of the delta as you go up there. That's where the battleships used to park. Suisun Bay.
27.
727. Good evening, Mike. WA6AAJ.
Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Rob. WA6AAJ. Good evening, Mike. How you doing? Doing good. Getting cold here, though.
Boy, it is cold tonight. I'm out here. Got breath coming out of me and making steam and everything. Holy cow.
Yeah, the forecast says it's supposed to be down 31 or 32 by Sunday. So you'll probably be even colder, Mike.
Well, we just got lots of firewood.
I'm sure you do.
Able, 6 sugar.
Good evening, Bill. 800 AA6S. How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good. Just talked to Mike on the phone. I heard Rob or something. Somebody said call K6LBT, and I was wondering where he was or who he was talking to. It's on the back of the antenna. I'm pointed towards LA right now. Back to you there, Mikey.
Yeah, Rob, was that somebody else that checked in, the Lima Bravo Tango? I heard that call also.
Yeah, I had it wrong. It's Lima Bravo Papa. And yeah, Dennis gave me 4 early check-ins. When do you want them?
Well, I got 3 of them right now. I got him, and I got N6BX, and I've got K6 Lima Bravo Papa.
Okay, and we had 3 others there. We had 160 Kent, 336 Dave, and 233 Sean, KD6UBX.
Okay, what's his number?
For Sean? 233.
Okay. And how about LBT's number? LBP.
Let me look it up here. Okay, anyway, Dennis only had part of it. That's why I couldn't find it. His number is 1101, Kilo 6, Lima, Bravo, Papa. That's J.R. Herman in Pollock Pines.
Well, he ought to be pounding in here. I wonder, do you hear any of these guys when they checked in?
Dennis probably did it a little bit earlier. I don't know if he was on this frequency. He might have been on the one down that he goes to, over.
Okay. These guys thinking that we have this net starting at 7, or what's going on there?
That I don't know. Dennis just said he had some early check-ins, and I didn't ask any more there. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. I mean, I can take them, but I would also like to find out if we can hear them. I think we're live streaming at this point, and other people would like to be able to see if they can hear them, and they may want to be able to see if they can hear themselves. Maybe they're not aware of the live streaming capability. Let me see. Aaron, are you on frequency?
Yes, sir. We are up and running. K6USY 1079.
Okay, very good. I did get out here at about 20 minutes after, so I was going to come out a little earlier, but one thing and another.
1040 KE6VON.
Ready to go and was waiting for you to turn on the radio, and the second it came on, it made the connection.
Okay, and I hear Adam in there, KE6 Victor Ocean November. What is it, Aaron? 1098? Oh, 1040. No, that's not right. What is it, Adam?
1040, 1040. Apparently my desk mic's not working. I was trying to get in earlier and nobody was hearing me, so I had to switch to my hand mic.
Well, yeah, you got the mic gain a little bit hot, so you might want to turn that down for the handheld. It's got more gain apparently than the desk mic. You got some background noise. You got a hum. That hum may be coming from a fan. But you're also overdriving it a little bit, so back it off a notch and let's have a listen. KE6 Victor Ocean November, K6MYC.
Okay, bumped the mic gain down to 50. I was up around 65, so is that better?
Yep, lots better. We still got the hum. Do you have a fan running?
Yeah, I have the heater sitting down next to me, but it's not making that much noise.
Well, it is, but it's not going to bother anybody. I can just hear it.
That's weird. Okay. Yeah, because I can't even hear it. It's a whisper quiet.
Can somebody else confirm that it's in there?
Oh, I can hear it all right, but it's not obnoxious at all. The microphone hears more than the naked ear, Adam.
Who is this talking?
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox. Good evening.
Oh, good evening, but you want to try to get on our frequency. You're talking up here like a duck.
Sound like a chipmunk there, Daryl.
Okay, how's that? Is that better?
Way better.
Except now you guys are off frequency. To me, anyway. I don't know. This old Kenwood's acting up a little bit, but I can manage.
Well, you probably have the RIT turned on, so look for the RIT or the...
Okay. I pushed the button.
Now are we on frequency for you?
Yeah, actually you are. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
It's a little tiny button. I can see how I might have bumped it.
Well, we all bump buttons from time to time. Sometimes it's a nice button you bump, and other times it's not.
That's right.
Sounds good now, Daryl.
Thanks. Yeah, you sound great, Adam.
I hope so. Hey, Mikey, I don't know how the rest of your week's looking, but I'll be around off and on till Saturday if you want to get by and get that saw.
Okay, I'll be here, but I'm not able to go anywhere.
Okay, I'll see if I can get away on Friday and maybe shoot up there and drop it off to you.
Now, you've got RF feedback now. You must be moving the mic around now. You've got RF feedback in there. Turn the mic gain to about 40 and see if that clears a lot of this up. It's still too hot.
Okay, we're down at 40 now. How's that?
That's still plenty, and we could probably even go a little lower. You haven't lost a thing here.
Okay, how about 30?
Yeah, well, that sounds nicer now. That's much more pleasant to listen to.
Yeah, it's interesting. I moved the radio down on the bottom of the desk, or down onto the desktop rather than up on the shelf, so I wonder if it's picking up some interference from something.
Okay, now where did you hold the mic for that transmission? Because that whole transmission was distorted with RF feedback, but none of the previous. Over.
Sitting here, the mic's about a couple inches from my mouth, and sitting here on my desk. Hold on, let me turn this other radio off, see if it's causing any issues.
No, you just have RF feedback. It's getting into the mic cord somewhere. You might take the mic cord and the mic and just bundle it all up in your cup it in your hands, and then sit with your face right close to the radio, with the mic cord all in your hands, cupped inside your hands for shielding, and then talk into the mic and see if that makes it go away.
How about that? Does that do anything?
Yeah, that cleaned it up.
I just stretched the mic out, and I moved about 3 feet back from the radio.
Okay, well, you broke the resonance is what it is. So clearly it's coming in on the mic cord, but certain lengths it picks up more than other lengths, so it's better stretched than short. But you might even think about putting a couple of beads on that right where it goes into the radio.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah. Well, everything's going to get moved again here soon. I'm going to move everything into my little room here, so where I don't have to sit out here in the cold.
Okay, well, it sounds good now. I don't hear anything bad, and the audio's nice. How does everybody else think? Adam is sounding now. Aaron, you take it and then pass it around. Aaron's off in the background somewhere. Who else? Anybody? Rob, tell him how he sounds.
And yeah, there was definitely some issues with the audio.
I doubled with you. Aaron.
Oh yeah, I was just saying I was listening to him on, he's not super strong on my radio because we're cross polarized, so I was listening to him on yours, and yeah, I could definitely hear, it sounded like a 60 cycle hum getting in there, and then I could hear the RF feedback as well.
Yeah, okay. Key up one more time, Adam, and let's see if the hum is gone now.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Just key it up and don't say anything.
Okay, and here's a dead key.
Yeah, it's in there, but it's better apparently when the mic is stretched out, so maybe it's just the position. Maybe you're further from the fan now.
Yeah, it could be. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm stretched out again, though.
Yeah, well, it's almost inaudible now, and certainly it's very hard to detect at all when you're talking, whereas before it was quite obvious even when you were talking. So you are picking a little bit up. It's obviously just a very hot mic, so obviously you don't need any more mic gain than you have, and you could probably even put it down at 20% and it wouldn't hurt a damn thing. Anyway, for now it's fine. Just leave it alone, and we're off and running here. And I'm pointed down toward Southern California, Bozo Net for Bakersfield and Lake Isabella. So let's see if Ben is in there this evening. N6SWR, K6MYC in the Bozo Net. Over.
W6BBS.
Sir, N6SWR here, Bozo number 247.
That's your 247 sounding good, Ben?
Thank you. We try down here.
It's what down there?
I say we do try, and it is sprinkling tonight.
Oh, good. Well, we've had an inch of rain here, or almost an inch, through the last 24 hours. I think Frank's in here also. KW6BBS is in. Frank, are you going up any?
Yes, I am now sitting on 1.25 inches for the last 24 hours.
Okay. And I'm pretty sure you're copying Ben down there in Bakersfield, DMO5, and then we'll see who else wants to see what Rob wants to say a little to Ben, and then we'll see if Rick is in here. Go ahead, Rob.
Good evening, Ben. You're sounding good there. N6SWR, KM6SRR.
Thank you much. I missed you Monday night. I assume you weren't sticking around for a net that they were not having.
Well, we had a net. We had a net every night. Sunday night, I guess, was the only net. I was out of town. I couldn't do it on Sunday night, but we did all the others.
Hey, Mike, you didn't give me a chance to respond. Ben was talking about our Aries net down there, and I called a couple times, Ben, but nobody answered about that time. Over.
Yeah, they had called it off, but they waited Sunday night to announce it on our local club net before they announced that they weren't going to do the net on Monday night.
Okay, I must have missed that message.
Roger. Well, next time, N6SWR, back to net.
Okay, very good. How about you, Frank? You want to say hello to Ben down there? You copying him?
No, I'm not hearing anything. I've got terrible noise due to the fact my generator's running right now, charging batteries. Over.
Okay, very good. Let's see, nothing new to report here. Although just before I came out here, I looked at the draw, and something in the house is drawing huge power. I'm drawing 3,200 watts coming out of the system. So I don't know what's eating up all the power all of a sudden, Frank.
The pool pumps are not running and out of sync, are they?
No, they ran today in normal time and off.
Okay, hey Aaron, are you logged in right now? I guess he's gone. I would log in and see what I could see, but I can't do that because I kick Aaron off when I do that. And but I did look at you a couple of different times this morning, and everything was looking good this morning. But you remember I told you there had to be something running, a heater or something was running, because you were pulling almost that this morning. Over.
Well, we were pulling less than that. We pulled 2,700 this morning, and that's 2,000 more than normal. But tonight it was 3,200 or higher even. Over.
I'm here.
Okay, you're logged in right now, correct?
Yeah, sorry, I was listening to the stream, so when you threw it to me, I was 4 seconds behind. Yeah, right now, Mike, you're pulling 4,200 watts out of the batteries, and you're at 61%.
See, that's way high, Frank, for some reason. I don't know why it's so high all of a sudden.
Okay, let me ask you some questions. You didn't leave a little electric heater running in the barn by chance, did you?
The little heater's running right now, and I can turn that off and what I'm running in the barn, but we're just 1,000 watts more than we had before I turned any of this on. Over.
Well, that's step one, and it's going to be a step like this just to go through and figure out what's on and what's not. Over.
Well, there's nothing else on.
Okay, the gremlins are stealing power again. I don't know what to say, Mike.
I don't know. The radio in the shack isn't even on. I turned it off because I was gone all day, so that's not running. The computer's running in there. Of course, there's 2 computers that are running, but whatever else is... everything else is turned off. I turned off all the control boxes. They're all turned off. And I got the TV on in the living room, but that's on every day. Anyway, not to worry. It's just higher than normal, and I don't know why. But when I came out here, it was 62%. Now it's down to 61%. When I get back, I'll switch over and put PG&E on again. I don't know what we got up to today, but it got cloudy toward the end of the day, and we didn't finish off. The day before, we got up, like you saw, 90% battery charge, but we didn't get anywhere near that today.
All right, listen, is Matt home?
Yeah, but I'm in the barn.
No. I was just checking that, in case he left the heater on in the bathroom or something like that. That was just where I was going with that. Okay, well, let's pick this up later. You got a net to run, buddy. K6MYC in the group, W6BBS.
I don't think we have a heater in the bathroom. I have one in my room, but it doesn't turn on anymore. It's an electric one, but I don't have one in that other bedroom, in that other bathroom. Anyway, yeah, we'll pick it up later, not a worry. We'll look it over tomorrow and see if it's back to normal. Okay, let me see. Rick, are you down there? KB6RQU in Lake Isabella, K6MYC in the Bozo Net, over. He must have got rained out, huh? Who else do we have in the San Joaquin Valley here? Anybody else before we go toward Atascadero?
Hey, Mike.
Yeah, BYH 195, sir.
6PYP.
Okay, 3 of you there. Let's see if I can remember all those. Good evening, Greg. W6, whoops. Can't write with that end of the pen for some reason. W6PYP. 586, Greg?
583, Mike, 583, and Happy New Year.
Yes, same to you, Greg. That's right. We haven't talked to you since before the New Year, so Happy New Year. By the way, I have some news on Kerry, and I'll pass that on. He's supposed to check in tonight, but I don't hear him yet. Anyway, he may get out to the shack, but I'll pass on what's going on there. He was in the hospital the last 4 or 5 days, so that's the reason we haven't heard him checking in. KC5DTU. So I'll get to that in a second. Now, let's see. I heard N6BYH. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike. Nothing happening here. Just waiting for some more rain to come in. N6BYH.
Okay, very good. And then I also heard KK6ZKE. Good evening, Terry.
Yeah, good evening, Mike and Rob and everybody. Just listening in and taking it easy.
Are you have you hooked up and are you watching the live streaming by any chance yet?
I have, but I got a spreadsheet up right now, and I don't have it up right now.
No, it's all right. I just wondered if you'd been able to get it and have looked at it and listened to it and so on.
Pretty impressive, really. That's really cool.
And we're doing it from the barn now. This is the second night from the barn we did last night. By the way, Aaron, are you within speaking distance? And I'll tell you what happened last night on the internet, over.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, you said it went down sometime after 7:30 or something for a few minutes. It went down and Matt rebooted it, so that's why it came back.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah, he didn't know why it went down either. He thought it was something that I did here. But I don't think anything you did with this line going across to the router would have any effect on the internet going down. He just booted it up and everything came back, and then it's been fine ever since, I guess, huh?
Yeah, no, it's been fine and it's working great at the moment. So we'll just not talk ill about it. K6USY.
Okay, and he indicates he's noted a great improvement in the speed on his SolidWorks program, where he's doing a lot of graphics back and forth between here and the plant, and it's very much improved. So all this has been had a beneficial effect on his performance here at the house as well. So all's good. Okay. One more call. KB6RQU, where are you? And we got AA6S in here, and we've got AAJ, and most of Course Gold is here. KG6 Charlie Echo Fox, Daryl is here. I guess K6BBG is still under the weather when it's cold like this. He doesn't have much warmth in the shack, so he isn't going to come out until he's absolutely certain he's not going to impair his health. We don't want we don't want any more people in the hospital here. Let me give you a quick update on Kerry. Just after Christmas, he was out in the yard working, and he started to get dizzy and losing his balance and a little fuzzy-headed. And he went in the house and walked down the hallway to find his wife, and he's stumbling through the hallway, falling over or trying to stay upright. No balance. And so when he got his wife, he told her what was going on, and she called 911 immediately, and the fire department was there within 5 minutes. And they looked at him and but they measured his pulse and heart rate, and his pulse was very low, and his blood pressure was way down. So what was happening, he wasn't pumping enough blood to his brain for some reason, so he was just getting lightheaded because of lack of oxygen, lack of blood to the brain. Anyway, went in the hospital, Clovis community, and it was very busy. He said it wasn't a very pleasant stay there because it was so crowded with other people. But he got out the day after New Year's, and he's back home now. And but he didn't feel up to going out to lunch today. He wants to take it easy for a few more days, and he also had an appointment with his cardiologist today, and I don't know whether you heard anything. I said try to check in here on the Bozo Net and give us an update on how you're doing. But I haven't heard him yet. Maybe he'll check in before the net's over here. Anyway, that's Kerry. He seems to be okay now. He sounded okay on the phone, just a little bit under the weather, but nothing to talk about. We talked about his visit, though. He did have a long conversation with the male nurse there at the hospital, and apparently there's a lot of people suffering heart problems right now. The myocarditis left over from the jab or the vaccination is running rampant. A lot of heart problems. But the male nurse said that they're having a lot of people coming in with blood clots, and that's also characteristic. A lot of people coming in with serious blood clotting in their veins. That's also a characteristic of the stab and the jab. So if anybody's listening, don't get any more of that stuff.
Hey, Mike, did they know what the duration was between the shot and the blood clot?
Well, there's a definite connection. Two things. There's a spike, a huge spike, and the most prevalent, let's say, medical problem that's directly related to the shot is myocarditis, or some form of weakening of the heart to some level. Sometimes it's very severe, other times it's just noticeable, but in all cases when it's picked up at all, it means the heart's not performing and is not going to perform back up to its normal level. It doesn't seem to recover. Over.
Okay. No, I was trying to see these people that are coming in with the heart problems, did they just recently have a shot, or has it been over time, or that type of thing?
Well, Kerry may be able to answer that, but I didn't get into that deep a conversation with him related to what he was learning from the male nurse. Over.
Okay, roger that.
There was a good paper and a good dissertation done by a PhD physician, high-level doctor in England, and he's checked the records and kept very careful track of all this, and the highest thing of all the things that's happening as side effects from the vaccination is something related to heart problems. There's all kinds of other problems in women's menstrual cycles and stuff like that, but the highest incidence of problems is in the heart, and that's what he's finding, and he's made a study of it and a paper on it, and now that's appearing in 3 or 4. Many others have found the same thing, but his study is the latest and the greatest. I can get you more detail on that if you need to know the guy's name. I heard about it from my PhD friend up in Washington in the morning. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be interested.
Okay. Let me see if I can get the doctor's name, and then you can Google it. He's probably got a blog, or at least it was a YouTube presentation. I'll get some details on it for you.
Okay. Oh, that's from K7RO, I think it is?
K7 Victor Oscar. Yeah, if you're in there in the morning, he's going to be there. We could ask him directly. Over.
Okay. About what time?
I'm sorry. 8 o'clock is when we start, more or less, on 7144 plus minus QR Mary.
Okay. Sounds good.
It'll be KO6KD, K7VO, myself, perhaps K7AER down in Arizona, and maybe NR6Q in the Sacramento area.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, one more call for Kerry, KC5DTU, Kerry. Nothing heard. Anybody else before we go to Atascadero, K6MYC Bozo Net? all quiet. Okay, let's turn toward Atascadero. I can probably hear him over there, but you certainly can, Frank, and I think Bill and Mike can also hear him like a ton of bricks. So let's see who's in. Oh, no, I take it back. We might get somebody else at Atascadero, but KUI said he would not be there tonight. So let's go there anyway and see if somebody can hear KN6EIV. Eric over there.
Yeah, you want me to call him?
Yeah.
KM6EIV, KM6EIV, this is Whiskey 6 Bravo Bravo Sierra for the Bozo Net. Are you on tonight, Eric? Over. KN6EIV, very good. I've got a copy on you. Give a little bit of chatter there and let Mike get a chance to peek on you and see if he can hear you tonight. Over, Eric.
Detectable, no readability.
Okay, yeah, he barely was able to detect you there, Eric, and no readability, so we've got you checked in. Any traffic tonight, over? Yeah, that's correct. He let us know last night that he had something to do and he wouldn't be here, over.
I got him checked in.
Roger that, 1044 on the Bozo number. Thanks for being there, Eric. We appreciate it, over.
Now, let's see if AAJ or NAA6S are still in here. You guys here and want to say hello to Eric? Go ahead.
Mike doubled with you. What was you saying there, Eric? Roger. Well, that's what a kilowatt does on this band when you get it going right. So, okay, very good. And Mike was just seeing if anybody else was hearing you or wanted to check in, over.
What's this call again?
That's Kilo Norway 6 Echo India Vicar. That's Eric down in the Atascadero, over.
Okay, thank you, Frank. KN6EIV, this is Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet. Handle here is Mike. Eric, over. Yes, Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet.
He asked your location, Mike.
Okay, yeah, he took a big fade on me. Location is Clovis, Delta Mike 06, over.
Okay, very good, guys. Sounds like you did okay there, Mike. So, yeah, they just made a contact, Mike, and I guess you can carry on now. W6BBS, back to net.
Now, I was hearing Eric really loud in the beginning, but there at the end he faded down. KM6SRR.
Want to give him a call? Go ahead.
Eric, KN6EIV, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo, DMO7, over. I can't hear him. I hear him in there, but I can't make it out. KM6SR, standing by.
Yep. That was, excuse me, that was Rob, Eric, but he cannot copy you now. Sorry about that. I started coughing. Yeah, that was Rob, but he no longer copies you, Eric, over. Okay, very good. Well, Rob, he heard you, but he's only running 50 watts tonight, so and conditions don't seem to be that good. So very good. Anybody else for Eric before we go back to net?
Yeah, I just came up real loud there for a moment, but then went back down.
Yeah, I hear you from time to time, Eric. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. You're 3 and 1 when you come up out of the fades there. You need more goo, over.
Yeah, he responded, Mike, that okay, he'll have to get more goo.
Yes, he does. Okay. Very good, Eric. 7-3. Say hi to Ron, and I guess KB6WRW is not in there tonight, right?
He cleared off and is gone now, Mike.
Okay, I can't tell. He went away. He comes and goes. At times there's no readability or detectability, and then he comes up to Q5 for about 5 words. So, huge QSB.
Yeah, and he's a little bit weak to me tonight, but my antenna's only about 12 feet off the ground. I'll give you a full report tomorrow. I'm doing a bunch of stuff here as preparation going into this beacon project we're doing, so making major changes on everything UHF and VHF at the moment. All right, carry on, sir. W6BBS, stand by.
All right, Bozo Net. I'm turned toward Monterey now. Monterey, WA6 London, India Echo, and W6 Toasted Peanut Butter. WA6LIE, W6TPB, and the Marina K6MYC calling and standing by. WA6LIE. I just got the tail end of that. I went the wrong direction with the antenna. Your pattern is the signal's coming more north today. I'm up at 270 past Santa Cruz. Anyway, good evening, Scott. Happy New Year. We haven't talked to you since the beginning of the year, so Happy New Year to you and the family and all. And you can tell me and others here who may be copying you better than I am that whether you have W6TPB on there or not. WA6LIE K6MYC, over.
Okay, stand by, Steve. N6TPB, are you still there? WA6LIE. Yeah, nothing heard here, Mike. He's pretty local, so I'd hear him. But apparently he's not here this evening, over.
No, he's not there, okay?
Roger, not here. 7-3, Mike, good evening, WA6LIE.
Okay, 7-3. We are live streaming, by the way. We're live streaming here from the barn. So we've got the live streaming going on YouTube, and you can pick it up by going to the site, going to the Bozo Net first, and then to the link if you haven't already got it. So you should be able to hear yourself. We got about a 3 or 4 second delay on the audio and video now. WA6LIE, good evening to you, Scott. Good to hear you, and we'll look forward to hearing you on Sunday night. Everything's back to normal on the net. Sunday night we should be here. Monday night on 6 meters for you as well. WA6LIE K6MYC. 7-3, Scott. No response. I wonder if he's got no copy. Oh, there he is.
I need to get an update on the link on the Bozo Net and then take a listen to this streaming. So, thanks again, 7-3, and good evening, WA6LIE.
I didn't catch the first part of that. You're just coming up out of a very deep fade. Very poor conditions tonight. I'm in the barn on the 19XXX is 170 feet, 107 feet, but usually we get better copy on you out here, but it's kind of poor tonight, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I couldn't tell whether you said you got. I heard you mention the Bozo Net, so maybe you have gone into and picked up the live streaming. Anyway, we're live streaming on all bands now except for 6 meters. That'll be coming, but we don't have 6 meters live streaming yet. We need to get some more equipment. 7-3 Scott. And over to you, Tom, if you're there. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KW6S. Let's see. Oh, I probably need to do that, and that should probably bring up some a little more power. So, yeah. Things are going good here with light rain, nothing too drastic, and otherwise, just a really pleasant day here today.
Oh, very good. Well, we had rain. We had a pleasant day here. It sprinkled on and off very lightly. It didn't keep us from doing anything outside, at least here. But overnight, I had 3/4 of an inch, and Frank got an inch overnight, and then it rained a little bit more in Coarse Gold today, and he's up to 1 1/4 inches for the this little storm. So not bad over here. We're happy. Good that you had a nice day over there, and I see stars out here tonight, so it's clear at the moment, but we are expecting more rain in a day or so here. Good to hear you. Let's see, anybody else want to say hello to Tom over there, K6MYC, standing by? Well, we're all quiet on the Western Front here, Tom. Good to hear you. And we are live streaming from the barn, as you heard from last night on 430 on 1296. Over.
Yeah, I haven't tuned in lately, but I will, and I can see where that's going to be a useful tool a lot of times, and see what works out with that, and yeah, otherwise things have been real nice here. After selling the ranch, I'm not near as worried about the rainfall in Fresno as I was before, and it's kind of like, gee, I didn't really realize I was that selfish about it. K6MYC, KW6S.
Well, when you live in California, in most places, you need all the rain you can get. So you have to be aware of it. Certainly, if you're trying to grow stuff, it's even more important.
How you doing, Tom? I didn't swallow my dinner quick enough. KW6S, KM6SRR.
A lot of cash out of your pocket.
Yeah, you doubled, Rob. Try him again.
How you doing, Tom? I didn't get my dinner swallowed quick enough to get down here. KW6S, that's Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. How you doing?
KM6SRR, KW6S. Little marginal, and I can't move the antenna around much to look for you. But I do hear you there, and greetings, Rob, KW6S.
Yeah, I'm sort of right where Mike is, so you're on him, you're close enough, over.
Yeah, I didn't get that for sure.
He said he's in the same heading within a few miles of me, so if you're right for me, you're right for him. But, yeah, Rob, Tom has got an antenna that's broken on the HF antenna, and it's hanging down so he can't rotate. He'll have that fixed probably in the next week or so. I guess he's got somebody online to come over and help him with that. Second time the driven element on this antenna is broken. What is it, Cushcraft A3S or something, Tom?
Yeah, it is. And I was working on the spare parts, the new driven element to go up. I was working on that in the garage today.
Yeah, very good. So, whenever you get your helper over there to put that on, he'll be back in order here very shortly. Very good. Thanks for checking in here, of course. Frank, are you copying Tom? I'm sure you are. Now, Frank's probably outside trying to make things work. Everything at Frank's place is all torn apart at the moment. The antenna's down at 10 feet. So he may not be hearing as well as normal. Anyway, we'll let you go, Tom, and we'll see you on tomorrow night, hopefully on 432. Over.
Yeah, I should be there, and I've been forgetting to check for the beacon if it's still on or not, and whether I can hear it. I could hear it, A couple days ago I heard it okay, and but didn't seem to be as strong as when we were on this frequency with it. Anyway, I will check, and on top of that, I realized I've got a KLM 2-meter egg beater out here that I forgot I had, that someone gave me a while back. So maybe I'll even dig that out and see what use I can put it to. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay. Very good. Well, that may be helpful for certain things, particularly when you're trying to talk to Lee or anybody else. Let's see if Lee is in there tonight. Lee? KB6LEE, K6MYC. Are you there? I don't hear Lee tonight.
KB6LEE, KW6S. No, I haven't heard him for a few nights, and he did not check in to our local 10-meter net here on Sunday or Monday night as well. So we'll have to wait and try to find him tomorrow night. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, he did us have 432. Well, it's not a very good system, but I think we've heard him before with 432. All right, good luck. We'll see you tomorrow night, Tom. Good night for now. KW6S, K6MYC, sliding the antenna into the Bay Area and looking for Bay Area check-ins. Bozo Net 2 meters, K6MYC, Central California, calling and listening.
WB6JNT.
WA6AXX, no traffic.
Okay, fine, Ed. Hang on a second. WB6JNP, maybe I can catch you tonight. Ain't long enough to have you stay around and exchange a few words back and forth. Happy New Year, Dane.
And Happy New Year to you. Rain situation in Corscold is not really that bad. I've got about a tenth of an inch over the last 24.
A tenth of an inch?
Well, I'll call it 2/10 of an inch.
Really? That's really weird. Frank, just a mile or so from you, has got he's got an inch and a quarter already, and I've already got an inch here.
Well, it's one of the things for living in a bowl. I've been watching the clouds, and they'll sneak up on us, and we still end up with a patch of blue.
Okay. So it's real, not a leaky rain gauge, huh?
Yeah, no, it's actually we installed a new rain system and all that, so I think overall for the last 3 days or so we're at about an inch and a half.
Oh, well, maybe you got it. Maybe it's got a little bit earlier. Yeah, that's about normal.
Yeah, the one system I'm looking at now resets every 24 hours, so, and I was playing around with it today, so it might have got jostled, but I think everything's stable, and we'll see how it works out over the next few days.
Well, the bulk of the rain wasn't last night, it was the night before last, so that may have been why you dumped and reset.
Yeah, and one of the other hams in the area, he's having his place re-roofed, and so I went over and pulled down his dual band antenna for him today. So, hopefully if they're tearing his roof off tomorrow, we won't have any rain, but who knows?
I'll cross your fingers. I can see stars up there right now, but that doesn't mean we won't have rain sometime tomorrow somewhere. Hopefully they'll get that done for him while the rain is holding off. Otherwise, it's going to be tarp time. All right, anyway, good to hear you, Dane. Thanks for checking in. And again, Happy New Year to you and the wife and the family there. And I did talk to Dan for quite a while last night, and we ran you over the coals, I can tell you that.
Yeah, I kind of felt that.
Well, we got all your check-ins, but then by the time sometimes when you check in, I get 4 or 5 at the same time like I did tonight. And I called, I got you written in, but we never did get back to you before you were gone. All right, 7-3, we'll see you perhaps tomorrow night on 432.
I
I've got a meeting in Fresno, but I may be a little late, but I should be back.
Yeah.
DMO 7, Bozo 107.
Okay, very good. We are live streaming here from the barn now, so we're live streaming from the barn on 1296 and on 2 meters. And if we do 222 from the barn, I got a brand new 1 kW amplifier from W6PQL. We may just do the Monday night net here from the barn on 222. Who knows? So we'll see what happens if I can get the amplifier up and running in here. I don't see any reason why we can't. So I'm anxious to try that. So we'll see about Monday. But anyway, we do have live streaming functioning from the barn and the house. So we have 5 bands that we're live streaming on. The only one we don't have working yet is 6 meters, Dane. Okay, over to you, Ed, WA6AXX in the Bay Area, K6MYC, booming signal.
Very good. Yeah, nothing much going on here. Less than 1/10 of an inch of rain today. Tomorrow's supposed to be a nice day, and then maybe some more rain on Saturday, I think. Pretty sure. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Yeah, well, we didn't get much rain today either. When the night before that we got all the rain, we got about 3/4 of an inch, so it wasn't too bad. It drizzled off and on today, but sometimes it wet the pavement and sometimes it didn't. And you could walk through the drizzle and you could feel a little pinpricks of drizzle rain hitting your head, but it didn't do anything as far as getting you wet or anything. Anyway, so we didn't do too bad with 3/4 of an inch, and Frank and Course Gold is up to 1.25 inches for this little storm, so not too bad. Okay, who else do we have in the Bay Area, or anywhere else for that matter? K6MYC, Bozo Net.
807.
Hey, Mike, get a radio check real quick.
Yeah. I hear you, Stan. Stand by a second. Who is it wants a radio check?
KE6VON, how's this sounding now?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better. What did you find?
I figured out I got my disc mic working.
Okay, yeah. It's a little bit more pleasant. The other mic isn't bad, but this one has a little bit more reality to it, if you want to say it.
Yeah, copy that. Yeah, well, it should. It's a freaking high-dollar mic. It's one of these Yaesu MD100s, so it had a switch on the bottom that was flipped that for some reason wasn't giving audio.
I'll be darned. Well, you paid 89 cents for it, and you got your money's worth, over.
Hey, affirmative. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure it was working. KE6VO, and have a good evening. I'm going down where it's warm.
Okay, good enough. You're fine. It's sounding good. Good night, Adam. And over to you there, Stan. AB6SR, K6MYC in the group.
K6MYC, AB6SR, Happy New Year to you, and Happy New Year to Rob. I can hear him very well. And to Ed up there on the hill, who's lighting up my antenna here. Illuminating it wouldn't be quite the right expression. We had about half an inch of rain last night, I think. I was asleep early, though, and we were out walking this morning. We didn't get 1/10 of an inch, about 7 o'clock in the morning. We're always out walking at that time. A few drops, as you were saying, Mike. You can count them, so nothing much today, but we're happy with a ½ inch yesterday. So I'm watching the live streaming here, and when my turn's over, I'll listen in on that. So nothing else going on here. So back to you, K6MYC, AB6SR.
Yeah, well, you're going to be impressed. You're loud, really loud over here. Like you're in the room with me.
That's good.
I've got a tiny little distortion on your voice peaks, but it may be that I've got my blanker on. I don't know whether the blanker's on or not, but this thing does take some audios and make it sound a little ragged at the edges, but I don't think that's what you really sound like. I think your audio is usually beautiful, over.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm talking a bit louder this evening, or the microphone's a little closer or something. Hopefully it's okay. It's the 9700, same settings. So back to you. Does that sound okay?
Well, it's not you. It's my noise blanker here. and I'd push the button, but I usually push the wrong one, and I'd end up getting Vox turned on or something. So maybe Aaron can turn off my noise blanker if it's on, Aaron. I don't need it at the moment.
It's off, Mike.
Was it on before?
At the very beginning of the net, but I turned it off.
Okay, so it's not on now. Give me one more transmission, Stan. It's been off for a while, so maybe what I'm hearing is real.
Yeah, okay. Well, I should be sounding the same. As I say, we had about a half an inch of rain. Hopefully there'll be some more later in the week, but we're not expecting any tomorrow. Not that I know of, so I'll quietly say I'll be out with the roundup tomorrow because the weeds are sprouting well. Back to you.
Yeah, good for you. We got nothing yet. There's a smidgen of green showing up underneath the existing old grass, but you really have to look hard to find it. But it will be there as soon as we get one or two warm days. It's been pretty cold here. Temperatures are supposed to get down to 32 over the weekend, so it's not going to sprout a lot of grass for a few days yet. Anyway, sounds good, Stan. Loud as a dickens, so you'll enjoy hearing yourself, and you can evaluate what it sounds like. And let's see, who else do we have in here from the Bay Area? We're missing a lot of people. KT2G, KD6S, OK. I'm sure we'll have W6PQL and WB6JNN. Are you guys here?
KM6SRR.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, I want to thank Stan for his greetings, and back at you, Stan. AB6SR, KM6SR. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Rob. You're coming through about 5 and 5, 5 and 6.
Roger, thank you. Okay, Mike.
Yes, I didn't say Happy New Year to you, Stan. It's 3 or 4 days past that now, and we've kind of, except for some few people like yourself who hasn't checked in on any other nets, we've pretty much washed the Happy New Year's once, and we're not going to wash it out twice. Happy New Year to you and the family and your wife and all. And we hope we have a good 2024 here. And hopefully we can solve some of the world problems that are accentuating, not getting better, but maybe they will in the next little bit here. I know there's some people trying to slow things up here a little bit, I guess. Anyway, who else do we have in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net.
W6PQL.
W6PQL. Good evening, Jim. Good to hear you. Your package arrived today, and I made a giant boo-boo. I was in town today. I went to the bank, and I kept thinking to myself, I got something else to do. I got something else to do. And I forgot to get a cashier's check. So if it's okay, I can just send you a personal check. Is that okay?
Okay. Yeah, Mike, I have to guess when you quit talking, the signals are extremely weak over here. I'm just not getting over the old equipment. Something. But carry on for now.
7-Eleven's in there, Mike.
Okay. You talked, and then all of a sudden you went way down in amplitude, Jim. You may have kicked the amp or something there.
What he was saying, Mike, was that the band has changed and you've gone way down, and he will continue talking with you when the band comes back up and when he can hear you better. Over.
The path between you and I is really terrible tonight. It's pretty unusual for 2 meters, but it is happening.
No, it isn't bad. I just wasn't pointed at you. I have to move the antenna, and before when you called in, I still had not moved the antenna to your direction there. We got you all okay. But you said something before that. Anyway, about the personal check, but you didn't get what I said. I went to the bank and I forgot to get a cashier's check today. I went in to cash another check, and I thought, knew it had something else to do at the bank, but since I don't do that very often, I forgot. So if I said if it's okay, I'll just send you a personal check, okay?
Yeah, no problem. Just at your convenience. Don't worry about it. I think the box got there today. At least I got a notice from FedEx that said they dropped it off sometime around noon, so it's over there somewhere.
No, I told you that. That's when you weren't copying. I said the box is here. It's going to be installed in the shack probably tomorrow sometime. So it's here. It's in the other shack at the moment. I didn't want to haul it out here in the dark and stumble on something and drop it. So I just left it in the main shack. But it's here. Matt brought it home tonight. We're all good to go. Over.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. At least you'll have that band going by Monday. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow. We should be back in time for the net on 432. So we'll catch you then.
Okay. Yeah, and if we don't hear you, we'll know that you're got hung up in traffic or something. All right. Thanks, Jim. And it should be better copy. Now, a little fluttery. I may not be quite peaked on you, but I brought the signal way up. Over.
Oh, yeah. You're 5 and 8. 5 and 8. Very close to, your robust self.
Yeah, and I'm in the barn tonight on the 19XX at 107 feet, so this is not the moon bounce array.
And pick up K6MI. 226 is here too.
Okay, we'll get you. Okay, K6 Mexico, Italy. Go ahead, John, and then we've got Ken in here as well. Go ahead, John.
Happy New Year to everyone, and hope to you in the next year a lot of times. K6 Mike, Italy. Thanks.
Yeah, Roger, John. I've got this intermittent noise coming in. You're going to hear that on the Aaron, if you want, you can turn on my noise blanker again and then see the noise come and go and see how well it works while you're listening to live streaming there. Go ahead, I'll stand by.
K6MI, W6BBS.
Hi, Frank.
Hiya, John. Yeah, you're breaking up a crap. You got RF in it or something going on there. It doesn't sound too good. But anyways, I just wondered, did you ever get a chance to look around and see if you had one of those radios we was talking about?
Oh, my goodness. I'll see if I can do that tomorrow.
Okay, I'd appreciate that. I'm not trying to rush or anything, but we're kind of coming together on the project, and I found a couple antennas elsewhere and a transverter in another place, and so I'm kind of getting things together here a little bit. So, all right, have a good evening, sir. Happy New Year, John. K6MI, W6BBS. Back to net.
Thanks.
Okay. Aaron, did you turn the blinker on?
Yeah, blinker's on, and I'm mucking with the settings a little bit. Yeah, that noise is really interesting.
Yeah, it comes and goes. It really distorts the audio, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, well, that's one of those projects that Frank and I have got to get to once we get caught up here a little bit. Okay, WA6OIB, a stranger to the net here, but good to hear you, Ken. How's Wen doing? Is she getting better? K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC and the gang, WA6OIB. Yeah, I'm not that much of a stranger. I try and get here at least once or twice a week. Oh, well. I just got home, ran out here at a fast pace. I was over at Jeff ZBX's doing a couple things over there, and I just managed to get home. So I thought I'd run out here and check in, and I can stick around to the end of the net anyway. So everything's doing good here. Gwen's a lot better. She went to the doctor today for a routine, even though she had this. It's not RSV. It's just a head cold. So she's doing a lot better, but still has to stay away from the baby. So for another few days. So she's getting withdrawal pains from having to stay away from her grandbaby, the new baby then. So anyway, that's it. That's the scoop. WA6OIB.
Okay. Well, we thought you might be in here last night on 1296 because you got it all working now, and we've been getting a pretty good turnout. I got 20 or so on 1296 last night, and it'll be more. I've had as many as 25 lately, and that was with 2 or 3 good ones like yourself missing. So we might be pushing toward 30 on 1296 here very shortly, which is pretty exciting. But it shows some of the 9700s starting to get put into service here. Over.
Very good, very good. And I think I heard Jim in there, PQL, a few minutes ago. Hi to him if he's still copying. But let's see. Yeah, that sounds great. No, I last night I was busy with other stuff, so I just couldn't get out. I wanted to get out here, but by the time I looked up at the clock, when I was in the middle of stuff, I looked it up and it was after 9 o'clock. So I gave it up. Sorry.
That's okay. You know, you're busy. But we'll be out here tomorrow night, of course. And I've got a new amplifier from PQL. It's a kilowatt on 222. So next Monday, I'll run the 222 net here from the barn, running a kilowatt if everything pans out correctly. And I think the antenna's still okay. It's a 6 wavelength up at about 45 feet, so it should do fine. And probably not quite as good as the big array, but we'll see. I'll be interesting to see how everybody hears me in this shack with some power here. And we are streaming from both shacks now. We're streaming, live streaming as of Tuesday night, and we're streaming from the barn. So we're streaming tonight here in the barn, using the 19XX at 107 feet and the W6 PQL dual LD Boss amplifier here, loafing along at about 1500 or so. Oh, there we are. Who was that?
WB6JNN.
WB6JNN. Good evening, Jim. Make a transmission, and I'll see if I can peek on you. We got a little bit of noise coming from my neighbor here, but I can hear you in your Q5. Go ahead. WB6JNN 285 K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. K6MYC, WB6JNN. And I only had it set for 25 watts because I was doing 1296 last night. So I boosted it back up to my grand 50 watts now, and so I should be a little stronger. I'm not seeing myself on the spectrum much here, so I must be right at your noise level. But anyway, I'll give you some chatter here, and maybe you can peak me up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, get a little better there. Anyway, now it's coming up, I guess. Hard to say. You know, there's a delay, so I can't really tell what's going on. Anyway, that should do enough for you. K6MYC, WB6JNN.
And we got my nasty noise on here, so your audio is distorted, but it's not you. It's the noise blanker on the 9700 here trying to take out this very raucous switching noise that's pretty terrible tonight. When I aim right at the Bay Area, I'm looking right through this guy's house over 0.6 of a mile away. One hilltop to the other here, a line of sight between us. So it's hard to keep it out of there. Some nights it's there, some nights it isn't. It's very intermittent. It's come and gone already a couple of times tonight, and I'm giving everybody a chance to hear the noise, not because I want to, but because it's there. And so you guys can evaluate what I have to put up with sometimes. We're going to fix that one of these days, but it's just been one of those things as the time frame to do it has been eluding us. But I think Aaron mentioned something. He's listening to the noise on the streaming, and it's distorting the audio pretty heavily. He's fussing with the noise blanker in my radio. Aaron can adjust my radio from his home. That's K6USY who has set the streaming up. So he's fiddling with the blanker to try and get the best blanking / audio sound out of it. So he's playing with that a little bit while I'm talking here. Probably not when I'm talking, but when I let go of the mic. Anyway, good to hear you, Jim, and a very good copy. Actually, you were pretty good. Was it last night? I'm trying to remember how good the copy was. No, I guess it was pretty crappy last night on 1296. We finally got you, but it wasn't ever very strong. But we've had those weird nights. Some nights, you come roaring in here. Other nights you're weaker than most, and it's just a location there. WB6JNN. Anybody else want to say hello to Jim? How about you, Ken? Ken may not be hearing you very well either.
Yeah. Hi, Jim. WA6OIB.
again. You're doing okay over here. And I heard you a little better earlier, but anyway, good evening.
All righty.
Well, good evening. Good to hear you there. WA6OIV, back to net. Thanks, Mike.
I think maybe I'm hearing... thought I heard maybe some CW in the background. It was a different pitch than normal. A little bit lower pitch, and I thought it might have been something else. Maybe somebody else heard it. Anybody else hear that CW? Okay, well, they're probably getting edgy up there in Nevada. Let's get on. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go to Martinez and thereabouts? K6MYC Bozo Net.
KB6 WFC.
AB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie, good signal tonight, Mike. I didn't even have to move the antenna for you. Thanks very much for checking in, and hopefully we can hear you on 432 tomorrow night, over.
Yeah, we'll give it a try if I'm around. Thanks for checking me in. K6MYC, KB6 WFC.
Yep, got you all okay. And quite strong tonight, so amazing signal from Daly City tonight. KB6WFC 775, K6MYC, who else? KB6BA, we're missing, although I think he said maybe he was going to go on a hike or a little trip or something for a couple of days, so maybe that's where he is. 86SOK has been very flaky. Who is that? Go again, please, go again. Somebody said 2 or 3 words, I just didn't get it, over. Okay, well, let's go to Martinez then. We're not hearing anybody else in the Bay Area. How about you, Russ? K6ERF. K6 Echo Romeo Fox, K6MYC, over. KE6QR, not real strong. Give me a little bit more, and I'll see if I can squeeze a little bit more signal out of you there, Gary, over.
Okay, Mike, this is Kilo Echo 6 Quebec Romeo. I've been listening to you on 40 meters the last couple mornings. Very interesting conversation there while I was having my coffee. Still running the ICOM 9700, and we're looking forward to getting those satellite taps from Insulated Antenna. I've already ordered it about a week ago.
Okay, I missed a little bit of that. Did you say you've been listening to us on 40 meters on 7144 in the mornings?
Yes, I tuned across and listened there for a little bit while I was checking out the bands this morning.
Yeah, okay, good deal. Well, you're always welcome to break in and say hi if nothing else, but don't hesitate. We don't mind, over.
Oh, roger that. Hey, how's my signal right now? You're about S7 to S8 right here.
On this band or on 40?
No, here on 2 meters, 144, 240.
Is that better than normal or weaker?
Well, I just was wondering how it is. I'm running 100 watts where in the past only had 50.
Okay, well, you can listen to yourself on the live stream. You're Q5, but you got a nasty moldy path on you, but it's Q5, not real strong, but steady, over.
Okay, roger that. Okay, well, and hello to N6RO if he's out there, and Russ, I haven't heard him yet, but have a good net. We'll be listening to K6QR, clear.
KCRF.
There he is, K6ERF. Go ahead, Russ.
Yeah, my company just left, so I got on the radio here. Good evening, and you have a happy new year. I hope you keep having a good one all year.
Well, it's kind of weird to have your company leave at 8:30. What's that all about?
It's my daughter and her daughter, and they're driving back home.
Okay. Where's home from your place?
Folsom.
So that's not too bad, is it?
No, it's an hour and a half normally.
Okay. Okay, well, hopefully they make it home safe. Happy New Year to you. First time we've heard you since the New Year, but sounding good. I knew you had all kinds of things going on there, keeping you busy. But good signal. Both you and Gary are Q5 with Flutter tonight. Just I can't seem to get rid of the flutter. It's there no matter where I point. Over.
Yeah, Roger, Net, you're fluttering too, but always a good copy. And Gary, the same as you. Have a good New Year, and catch you there next time.
Yeah, thanks for that. 86QR.
Okay, and we are live streaming now from the barn. We started last night, so the barn is on. We got all 5 bands streaming. We only band we're not streaming on is 6 meters. That's coming, but we were waiting for some equipment to come in for the Yaesu radio. So we're streaming from the barn, and it seems to be working pretty well. We had a internet dropout here at the house last night for about 5 minutes, but that was the only interruption, and we don't know what caused it. Matt rebooted up the computer, the network, the router very quickly, and everything came back to life. So don't know what caused it. Anyway, good to hear you, Russ, and we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. Hopefully the household will be settled down there a little bit. Over.
Yeah, get back to normal, but it's always good to have the company. I love having my daughter and my granddaughter here. It's always good to have the grandkids around.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not complaining. And you shouldn't complain either. It's hard to get them down, and it's nice to be able to spend a little time with them. All righty. Take care, and we'll bump the antenna just a little bit more, and we should hear N6RO and KW6SSW in here as well. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
How do? K6MYC, N6RO. 835, and about a half an inch of rain overnight, that is. Nothing else to report. We're still fumbling with a new computer and Windows 11, making final adjustments. The contest tonight got interrupted by a computer problem, so my experts are working on it right now. Anyway, I'll see you on the 432 tomorrow, N6RO.
Yes, we will. Now that my noise is back, anybody that's live streaming can hear what it sounds like when a big signal doesn't try to blot it out. Now it's gone again, see? Almost gone. Little spurts of it there. But it's really funny how intermittent it is at different levels. Anyway, thank you, Ken, and we'll see you tomorrow night on 432. I got all your comments there. I was just the noise popped on right in the middle of your transmission. It didn't cover you. You got right through it, but it was real obviously strong. As I'm still pointed kind of at that neighbor that has the bad inverter. So there you are. See you tomorrow night, and thanks for checking in. We had a total here of about a little over 3/4 of an inch. Frank up at Coarse Gold got 1.25 inches in this last little rain. And I guess there's more coming, but the skies are clear tonight. I'm seeing stars up there at the moment. Cold, though. Very, very cold temperatures outside. It really dropped down. But I guess we can't get rain without some cold at this storm anyway. Over to you, Steve. W6 Sugar Whiskey in the group, K6MYC.
Yeah, Whiskey 6 Sierra Sarah Whiskey, Bozo 793. Yeah, I've been watching your live stream. It's interesting, you were talking last night about the SWR on 1296. I'm seeing the SWR jump around on this band as well. I don't know how accurate that thing is, but it sometimes goes up over 3 to 1, so I don't know if that's just something going on with the remote software or what, but it's kind of interesting watching that. And let's see, also KR6MR checked in through Paul yesterday. I wasn't able to relay that to you. You'd already turned your antenna away, so he was in here. I know you asked about him, but so yeah, he connected through Paul. But yeah, about 4/10 of an inch of rain here. That's great. You got 3/4 of an inch. This storm only gave us about 3/10 last night and another 1/10 this morning with a shower that came through. But sounds like more Saturday. Guys were saying as well. W6SSW.
Okay, since I can't see the screen, I'm going to talk to Aaron here for a second with you on here. I'm sure he's hearing you. Aaron and Frank both. I don't think there is any SWR readout showing. When I whistle into the mic, I see my output power, but I don't know where you're seeing the SWR on the screen. So, Aaron, are you seeing the VSWR jump around? It shouldn't be, over.
I'm watching it here.
And what's it doing?
Well, it's bouncing around. I don't know why it's doing that, but when you're talking, it goes all over the place.
All I'm dumping into is Jim's amplifier, so I don't think there's no relays. It's just a coax running right up there. So it's got to be something in the radio that's doing it. It's not real.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering if it was just in the remote software and not actually on the radio screen itself.
No, it wouldn't be in the remote software. Everything you're seeing is on my screen, but and it may be on the screen, but I'm saying it may be that the radio is jumping around, but I don't have any reason for the VSWR. See, the radio doesn't see anything but the input to the amplifier, and I'm sure that's flat as a pancake, over.
Yeah, you would think so, but yeah, you get the S meter and power output, and then the ALC below that, then the compression, and then right below that the SWR, and yeah, that thing goes around all over the place.
Oh, if it goes up over 2 to 1, it should shut the radio off, but it's not. So there's something else in the display that's making it do that.
Probably a software glitch.
I think so. I don't think it's real.
Well, you wouldn't know unless you actually looked at your radio, and you can't see it. That's the problem.
Well, I could put a meter in between the two and look at it there, but I don't think I'd see any movement. My guess is that I don't see any VSWR at all in the antenna from the amplifier up. And there wouldn't be any reason to, let me throw a switch here. Let me do something here.
The software, exactly what the doing.
The meter in between the amp and the radio, the analog meter to double check, but yeah, I don't know if that's real.
Yeah, we know, Aaron, that's exactly what it's doing, but something's amuck there because it is bouncing around. And, of course, we can't see his radio, so we're stuck there.
What you're seeing is my radio. You are seeing my radio.
I know that. We can't physically look at your radio.
Well, what would that help?
It would answer some questions. About
what? What would that answer? You can't see anything on the radio that you can't see on the screen. I've got. I'm checking the output of the 2 meter line here. It goes out to a switch. It's a manual switch. And I've thrown it a couple of times. And it's a very, very stable coaxial switch, very high-end switch. And I switch it, but so I have the 220. I can go over to the 220 meg transverter that way. I use the same IF here, 146. So that's what the switch is for, but it's all stable and solid. I'm wiggling the connectors and the cable, and it's just stiff as a rock. So I don't think it's real. It's radio. And one PPP. Hi, Dave. Good to hear you. We got you checked in already, but nice to hear you. Happy New Year, Dave, and to you and Kent and all the other guys up there, over. And one PPP. Happy New Year. We hear you. I'm hearing you fine. N1PPP, K6MYC, and you're coming through and you're audible on the live stream, over. But he isn't hearing me.
I can barely hear you at all. I can hear nothing.
Well, you're in there and quite solid. You've got a little flutter. You've got a little multi-path on you. I moved the antenna a little bit in your direction, and it helped a little bit. You're not bad, but not bodacious, but certainly Q5, over. Okay. Do you have the capability? Are you been watching the live streaming here? Over. Okay, now you should have heard yourself fine. Now listen. Again, you should be hearing me at least that well. I'm running about 1,500 watts at you here, so you should be hearing me better than I'm hearing you. Over.
Yeah, I'm barely hearing you, and I'm running about 600 watts here.
Okay.
Okay, now you came up. So you were very loud.
We're just coming out of a deep fade there, but you were Q5 the whole time. This is what you sound like when you're up good. Over.
Oh, that's very nice. Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well, thank you, Mike. And that's very cool with the live stream. And have a good night, and thanks for the contact.
Okay, and again, pass along our Happy New Year greetings to Kent and all the other guys up there, if you would. Dave, good to hear you here for a change. N1PPP up in Clear Lake, K6MYC, Bozo Net. And it's gone. See how fast it goes away, guys?
Yeah, I even heard him, Mike, KM6SR.
Yeah, you even heard him, man. Well, see, he's not hearing me at the end there, and I know that I would have heard him come back and say 73s, but he didn't hear my end transmission.
I also noticed the latency's longer tonight. Usually it's about 3 seconds. Now it's more like 6.
I got 4 seconds here at my house, so any other additional delay is going to be your internet and your computer.
Yeah, we had 3 seconds last night, the other night.
Yeah, sometimes you can restart it and get it to get closer to real time.
Yeah, I've done that a couple times. It's still holding at 6 seconds.
Yeah, I just clocked it at 3 between the streaming computer and my iPad sitting here on my desk. So, yeah, it all depends on your connection.
Okay. Very good. Anyway, thank you again, Dave, if you're copying, and we'll move up 73s to you, Steve, W6SSW and all. I'm going to go to Sacramento, okay, 6MYC.
All right, 73s. Yeah, it looked like Aaron put the battery meter up there too. Yeah, you're pulling 5,000 watts.
He's got that on the screen too, huh? Okay.
Yep, just for fun, you're at 45%.
Now I'm going to have to, when I get done here, I'll have to go out and turn PG&E on and start charging again. I turned it off mid-afternoon. All of a sudden, we got home here from a trip into town, and it was cloudy and it rained on us coming up the hill, and then all of a sudden I got up here, it was bright sun. So I said, okay, let's get some PG&E out of here. So I turned PG&E off, and I haven't turned it back on yet. We've got enough battery to get through, but I'll have to turn it on when I go in the house. Well, that should be interesting for you guys out there. That's actually the inverter's information from my big solar system here, and the battery condition and all that, and shows you which way power's going and what the voltage is on the battery system and so on. Now, on the batteries in the house, I'm connected directly to them, and while I see a current draw, it may not show up in there. It might show up in battery condition and battery level, but it won't show up anywhere else. But out here, I'm actually running a line to a 220 volt connection into a power supply that puts out 50 volts and 50 amps. But we've eliminated all those in the house because I'm right close to the batteries, and we just ran some line right over to the back of the other side of the wall where the amplifiers all sit, and we just, Frank ran a a wire over there, and we can hook in all the amplifiers in the shack, and there's 4 or 5 of them in there, and they all hook right into the battery. One line goes right over to the big battery supply direct, nothing else in between.
Yeah, right now, Mike, I'm just showing the battery percentage and how much is coming out of the batteries. I'm not showing the whole screen. K6USY.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Hear the CW again. Very hollow. Let me get going here and get up to Sacramento. We're running late tonight. What time is it, Rob?
45one 1 Zulu.
451.
QSL.
Your clock's running a little fast, Rob.
Well, my phone says 8:51 local, so it's a minute fast, maybe.
Well, there's a real-time clock right on the screen, isn't there, Aaron?
4:51:30 right now.
There you go. Okay, I'm towards Sacramento. QRZ, KJ6KFB, KO6KD, KR6MR, and others, K6MYC.
Yeah, KO6KD number 776, and KJ6KFB was here, but he had to leave about 15 minutes ago to go for a walk. So if you could check number 7, whatever his number is.
756.
Thank you. I keep getting him and John's number mixed up.
John 759.
Yeah, he's here, so I'll get out of the way and let him check in. Okay, you may have to move your antenna slightly to pick up John. He's not copying you right now, Mike.
I'm not hearing him very well either. I will do that. Just a minute, John.
Oh, wow. You came up great. Now you're in S9.
Yeah, the band's all over the place here. Okay, let me get you, John, KR6MR. I'm at 227. Let's go to 230. 233, 234. That should be right for you. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Anything at all, John? No, he's still not copying you, Mike.
And we don't have a path.
410. Okay, well, if you check him in, he's there, and then we'll call it a night, and good evening, Ross.
Yeah, and I hear John. John, you're Q3. I don't know if you're not hearing me at all, but I'm hearing you at Q3, but your transmissions are only 1 or 2 words, so it doesn't give us a chance to really get a piece of you there. Make a transmission, John, KR6MR, K6MYC.
K6MYC, this is KR6MR, Bozo 759. Very, very weak and fluttery, over.
Yeah, you're the same way, but you're coming up real strong now, so it's just a path that's just going up and down here. I just wanted people to hear what you sounded like. You were Q5 from the start, over.
Yeah, okay, I can copy now, but still, very bad conditions tonight, over.
Yeah, you were very strong the other night on 6. Really good copy there. All right, and I heard, who was the other one I heard here? Oh, KW6T. Yeah, good evening, Russ. W6T. Missed you on 1296 yesterday. Did you try, over?
Negative, Mike. No, it did not have the antenna connected since it wasn't working last time. I just left it disconnected. I still have 432 connected, so that that's about it. And also, good evening, Bill. I heard you in there. Good evening, John. If you can hear me, I can hear you over here. But yeah, I did not have the antenna connected, and it probably will not be connected for some time.
Why is that?
Because it was not functioning.
Oh, well, I know, but are you going to get something else? If you get one of ours, you can ship that down to me, and I'll have a look at it and do a troubleshoot on it. Maybe we can figure out why it isn't working at all.
Oh, it's just a piece of plastic junk. I don't think it's worth it, but yeah, I think I'll probably wind up with one of yours, Mike. It's just a better antenna. That's all. That's everything. Well, I got the 2M 5WL up there. I got a 2M12 was my field day antenna, and of course a 6M5X for 6 meters. That's my other field day antenna. Anyway, I might as well just put another one up, another one of yours up. Let's put it that way.
Well, why not? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're. I think they're on the shelf. They're on the shelf down there, and that would get you on quickly. I know there's some reticence because you were so nothing, not a trace on that little antenna, and there has to be something going on that's funny there. If the 432 and the 1296 are pretty close together, and you've tried the feed lines back and forth on each one of them, and 432 always works, and 1296 hasn't worked at all ever. One night I heard you very, 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 very faintly, but that was it. Never since. So I think it's got to be the antenna, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's got to be broken. It may have a good match, but something is just maybe it's. You said it was cut for the right frequency, but boy, it just ain't working.
Back to net, I realize it is getting late. So 73 all, and everybody else in this area that can hear me, maybe Paul or maybe Fred if they're out there as well. So anyway, guys, 73. Have a good evening. KW6T clear.
I haven't heard Paul or K1YQP or the guys up in Reading. Reading at Charlie Mike 86. All right, Charlie Mike 86 up in Reading, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Reading, over.
Good evening, KD6 shortwave, number 145 in Charlie, November 80.
Okay, at 2:30. And 145. I heard you, Jerry, but I don't hear. Maybe that was Rich. I was hearing. You guys are pretty weak. KD6SW. You take it, Rich, and I'll see if I can peek on you. Over.
All right, KD6 shortwave, KD6SW, number 145 in Reading, November 80. Over.
Yeah, it's just the signal's very dispersed tonight. I don't get any peak for about 10 degrees here. So you're spread all over the place. Good to hear you. Happy New Year. I did not hear you last night. I tried. We tried and tried on 6 meters on Monday, I should say Monday. But we did not hear you a trace, not a trace on Monday. Over.
Well, I guess I forgot about it. I didn't realize I missed it until later on the next day. All of a sudden I say, oh yeah. So put me down for one absentee on that one. Over.
Okay, that was about Q3. I said I guess you did not get there. You forgot about it, so that's good. I didn't hear anything, and it's a good thing I didn't hear anything because you weren't there. All right, we'll see you next Monday on 6 meters. Hi. Thank you, Rich. Let me see if I can hear Jerry in there. KO6HS, KO6HS, K6MYC. Over. Jerry, are you in there? Over. Rich, I don't hear Jerry. Is he there?
I don't think so. Nothing. I didn't hear him, and I would surely hear him if he was on there. Jerry, are you on? No, Jerry.
There's the CW from Nevada. Here we go. Okay, Rich, 7-3. Thank you, and Happy New Year.
Right back at you there, Mike. Have a successful sopping wet.
Roger, 7-3, KD6SW, sopping wet, K6MYC, clear. Anybody else before we pick up Nevada, over? Okay, Nevada, we hear you, Larry, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, N7 Whiskey Tango, K6MYC, this should be better. This should be better for you, Larry, N7WT, K6MYC, over. N7WT, K6MYC, your Q5 on CW, over.
7WT, over.
Oh, there you are. Okay, no, Q5, very loud. Go ahead, Larry, over.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know I was there last night at 1296, and your streaming stopped at 4 minutes after 8. And so you never ever got to me, and I just assumed I never heard anything out of you, over.
We called and called for a long time. We were there till well past 8:15, from 8 to 8:08 or 8:10 to 8:15, over.
Roger, yeah, but for some reason the streaming quit, and it just shut down at 4 minutes after 8. It just went off the air, over.
Yeah, let me double check when it did that. I don't think it was that late. That might have been your problem, but let me just see. What time did the streaming quit, Aaron?
I can double check real quick. I can't remember exactly.
04, about 4 minutes before our sweet spot. 8:04 is when the Bozo streaming just shut off and was done.
Okay, he said it was 8:04 when it quit. Stand by, Larry. We're checking on it now. I thought it was earlier than that when it quit. You're Q5. Are you hearing the streaming? You should be able to hear yourself on streaming, over.
Repeat again, Mike, you're back up.
And now you're there.
Yeah, what was that? You were down the noise, now you're back up.
Yeah, what I said was I never lost you here. You should have heard yourself on the stream, over.
I've got the stream muted to where when I'm talking here. Otherwise, I just can't. It's just a couple seconds behind me, so it confuses me, over.
Hang on a second, Larry. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah, it was right around 8:04, 8:05 when we cut out, and then I had to restart it a couple minutes later, K6USY.
Okay, well, he said it never came back for him.
Right, he would have had to go find the second stream. It wouldn't have just come back automatically.
Well, it would not come back on automatically. Yeah, it did go off, and then you would have to go back and re-find it or restart it on your end, Larry. But it did quit at 8:04. You're correct. We don't know why, but Matt went in and rebooted our router, our computers here, and everything came back to life. But when that happens, you have to go looking for it again and reboot it up, over.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what happened. Is when that went off the air, I didn't hear anything, never heard anything out of you. I just finally just shut things down and left, over.
I called and kept saying CW, but I never heard a peep. Conditions must have been really bad, over.
Yeah, apparently. I was listening with you while you were on. I listened to you through everybody there. You were still kind of playing with Sacramento when the thing went off the air, over.
Yeah, that's right, because we did not get to you to about 8:08, so that's why it's too bad. Too many things happened at once on your side, and that didn't give any confidence. But we were there, and we were there for quite a while. We rag-chewed with locals also.
I couldn't tell whether, because the thing quit, I just figured, well, maybe the net's over, and I just missed your call. So I just went ahead and shut down and then called it a day. I never did, like I said, I didn't even stay till 15 after, because according to the computer, the Bozo Net was over for the night, over.
Yeah, well, it wasn't over. We stayed on till at least 8:30. We're usually there talking local to 8:30, and you're the last one on the list, so normally I don't turn the antenna. I just leave it up that way because I can hear everybody pointed toward Nevada. Everybody backscatters off the hills up there, over.
Roger. Anyway, that's my mistake. If I'd have known you were still working the net, I would have stuck around, but I just figured that I missed you, and the net was over because everything
Roger, Roger. Well, no problem. I'll check you in. I've got the log sheet laying on the desk in the house, and I'll check you in. I may have checked you in anyway because I thought you should have been there. You said you were going to be there. Anyway, we'll get you checked in. We've never had the internet drop out like that before, but we've only been doing this for about a week, so we'll have to keep an eye on it. If it drops out again, then we'll start to look for a reason. This might have been a fluke. There was 2 or 3 other people that had similar dropouts, but for totally unrelated reasons. Internet problems through the course of the last couple of days, so they may be fussing around a little bit at the head ends or something. Anyway, we rebooted and it came right back, but that makes you have to restart everything on your side. Over.
Roger, those elements know that that was the situation. I'll stick them around and just try to hear you over the air, but I was assuming that that was over, so that was my problem. Anyway, we'll say 7-3, and we'll I'll catch you again here, I guess. We'll try it on 432 and 7WC.
Yeah, we'll look for you on 432. We will be live streaming. We're in the barn tonight, of course, and we were in the barn for 1296 also. And didn't have anything to do with the internet dropping out, but we were in the barn the last 2 nights. And tomorrow night we'll be back in the house. And hopefully there won't be any problems. I don't think it's the RF that's doing it. RF, if it was RF, it would have dropped out already. And when I'm pointed toward you in Nevada or up in Sacramento, it's off the back of the antenna, so the RF is pointed away from the router, away from the 5.6 gigahertz link. It's on the back side of everything, so I don't think it's an RF issue. Had to be just a glitch in the internet, Larry. Anyway, good to hear you. Thank you very much, and we'll see you and Daniel should be there as well tomorrow night, and maybe Richard will be home. Do you know if Richard's going to be home tomorrow?
No, he said he'd probably see me Sunday, I believe. Well, maybe he will be tomorrow. He might be there tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, but this coming Sunday. Also, other information, I ran off some program for Dale, KJ6IX, and and basically he's limited to the boom length. So I ran him a program for 4 elements off a 12-foot boom, and then also ran up to 4 elements off a 15-foot boom. So I just sent him all that information from my YO system. So he's got something now to go from to actually build an antenna that'll work. Over.
Wonderful, Larry. Thanks for the help on that. I appreciate your YO effort there. Over.
Yeah, Roger. Anyway, we found out, I told him that the 5-element fishcraft puts out less gain than on my 4-element modified on the same length cylinder. In other words, I can put out more gain on the 4 elements when you model it versus the 5 elements that fishcraft has. So I just by adding another 3 foot on it, I told him if you could just get it out to 15 feet, you could go from 8 dB to 9 something, and pick up another dB by putting 4 elements on a 15-foot boom. So anyway, I gave him all that information to play with. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, if we don't hear him any better the next time when he fixes the antenna, then it's got to be a feed line problem. If he's close to you, maybe you can go over there and either give him a new piece of feed line or make sure that his feed line isn't a piece of RG58 that's 25 years old. Over.
I think he's using better coax than that. Anyway, I'll let you go and you can get on with the net here. I just didn't mean to hold you up inside. I just want to let you know about what I did for Dale, and also the fact that I was trying to hear you last night and things died, and I just didn't realize you were still operating. It's 7WC.
Okay. No problem, Larry. We'll get you checked in, and hopefully we won't have any more internet glitches here. 73s, my friend, and Happy New Year to you and all up that way, and we'll see you tomorrow night. N7 Whiskey Tango, Delta Mike 08, K6MYC, Delta Mike 0773.
Yeah, 73, Mike, N7WC clear.
I didn't hear anything from you, Rob, so maybe you're not hearing Larry very well.
No, I was hearing him fine. You guys were talking, so I didn't want to step on anybody. Over.
Well, if you want, jump in. I'm sure he's still there.
How you doing, Larry? N7WT. This is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo. Over.
Still there, Larry? he pulled the cork in a hurry, didn't he?
Yeah, he said he was gonna, so I guess that's okay.
Okay. I don't have to. You just jump in and say, hey. All I need is one word from you, and I'll know who it is. Over.
Okay. Yeah, I could maybe say SRR.
Well, even that, anything, I'll let you in. I wasn't trying to keep you out of it. I just was going back and forth with Larry, and I wanted him to understand that it was a glitch, and we were there for quite a while. I think you and I talked we talked till 8:30 on that frequency. I think Aaron was in there, and I never moved the antenna because Aaron blasts in when I'm pointed up that way.
Yeah, I was pointed that way too, and yeah, it's a very good signal up there.
Point is, we were pointing up that way. That's what I told him. We just usually leave the antennas right on him and rag chew and hope for but he gives up too quick. He thought when he saw the streaming go away that we were done, and he gave up.
Yeah, that was unfortunate timing.
Yeah, that was terrible timing, wasn't it? If it had lasted a few more seconds, at least he would have heard me calling him.
272.
Hey, there he is, 272. Good to hear you, Daniel. I don't know why we didn't pick you up earlier. This is Wednesday. I was thinking you didn't have this tonight. Good to hear you, Daniel. My apologies. KE7UQL, thanks for reminding us. See, you just got to jump in when Mikey makes a mistake. Over.
No trouble, just waiting my turn. We'll go ahead and see you tomorrow on 432. Over.
Yeah, I know you have that one. The only band you don't have going is 1296, but that'll be when the weather gets better, hopefully. Very good, Daniel. Good to hear you. And let's see who else is hearing you here. Rob, are you hearing Daniel?
Of course. How you doing, Daniel? KE7UQL, Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo Romeo. Over.
Yes, Rob, you're sounding good. You have big signal up this way. KE7UQL.
Yep, likewise, you're sounding good down here. Like you're in the driveway. Over.
That's me, the driveway dweller. Over.
Okay. Very good, Daniel. See you tomorrow on 432. And I don't know what, we didn't do very good tonight on time. We had a lot of little people to talk to and things to talk about. We have had some rain down here. We had about 3/4 of an inch of rain over the last couple of days. So that's the first good rain we've had since May. So we were all excited about that. Over.
Yes, Roger, take that rain while you can get it. Our rain has turned to snow. Over.
Yeah, that's what we hear. I talked to one of the guys this morning, and he said it was starting to snow up there in Twainhart.
Okay, I won't keep you. This is KE7UQL 73.
Okay, well, you listen to the streaming. You're pounding in here right now. Grab the stream and listen.
Okay, we'll do that. But all I really do is play it back and listen to what I have to say. Over.
Okay, well, it's important to listen to what you have to say.
That's true. Sometimes it comes out a little muddled. Over.
Not really. You're doing great. Thank you, Daniel. 73. We'll see you tomorrow. KE7UQL and 7WT. KM6SRR and whoever, K6MYC. I'll go back to the Bay Area for late checks and miss just to finish up here. But I think we're about done with the net. K6MYC.
KD7UQL 73.
Night.
So, Mike, while you're turning that way, I got something for you.
Go ahead.
I was just going to let you know I'll be at Ken's house tomorrow night because we're having a board meeting, but I'll have my laptop with me, so I'll be able to get the stream going. I just won't be on the air.
Yeah, okay, no worries.
And then maybe after the meeting, we'll run out to Ken's shack and we'll check in over the air.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll be probably out here till 8:30 anyway.
Yeah, we're having the meeting at 6 o'clock, so it should hopefully be mostly over by the time the net starts.
Yeah, okay. Well, that'll be good. We check in whenever you can get out there, and in the meantime, we'll know where you are. And I won't be able to check the streaming, but other people will tell me that you've got it turned on, which means your candle is lit. Over.
Oh, yeah. Well, you'll be able to see it on the screen because you should be back in the house tomorrow, right?
Oh, yeah, but I can't see much. I should be able to see it on the screen, yeah. I saw, yeah, okay. I'll be watching it on there. I don't see much on the screen, but I can see when it's on there.
Yeah, the main thing is you won't see the white screen with your battery info. You'll just see a black window.
Yeah, no, I see it, and the blocks and stuff. So I'll take a quick look at it. I'm just kidding you about you being there. You're about as reliable as anybody can get.
Oh yeah, no worries. K6USY.
Okay. And I'm pointed toward the Bay Area, looking for late checks and missed. Anybody left in the Bay Area? KB6BA, KD6SOK, KT2G, KB, let's see, who else is over there that I missed? K6KLY. There's been a couple of others that have been intermittent on 2 meters and 6 meters, but I don't know. QRZ Bay Area, late checks are missed. K6MYC, standing by. All quiet. You want to try for Eddie, Rob?
Sure. Did you finish up with the guys in Sacramento?
Well, there wasn't much else to do there.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't paying that close attention. I'm turning down towards Eddie now. Over.
Yep.
KE6BK, Eddie, you're on tonight for the 2 meter Bozo Net. This is KM6SR with K6MYC, standing by.
I don't hear him. KE6BK, KE6MYC. Eddie, are you ever going to come back on this net? If he had a better system, he might get more enthused about doing something here, but he only works us, and he never even listens for other people, I don't think. That's got to be boring. You got to push the state of the art here on this weak signal stuff.
I think he's pretty busy sometimes, so he doesn't get back in till late.
And what's he busy doing? Collecting eggs?
I don't know. I haven't got that into it. KE6BK, Eddie, you on tonight? KM6SR. I talk to him on the Aries Races net usually every Monday night. Over.
Yeah, well, as I say, he's more into the FM thing. Okay, well, I guess we're done here. I think Frank's probably gone in for the evening because it's probably cold in the shack, right, Frank? Yep. Frank and Ken's probably gone in too. Ken, are you still here? No, Ken's gone. Yeah, Aaron's still here. Aaron, 73s. And maybe anybody else that's listening. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for the heads up on the meeting. K6USY, KM6SRR, K6MYC, and anybody else. We are closing essentially, officially, and all that stuff, the 2 meter Bozo Net on the, what is it, the 5th of January.
Yeah, I'm still here. WA6OIB, I was across the room.
It's okay.
Good night, all. Have a great rest of the evening, and so hopefully I can get in on 432 tomorrow night. I'll give it a go. WA6OIB, Northern Clovis.
Alrighty, see ya.
Yeah, today, Zulu time, it's the 4th, Mike.
And you're pulling 4,800 watts.
Yeah, I wrote it in as the 4th, and then I'm thinking, well, it's already the 5th, but it isn't. I got it.
Okay, just checking. I'll be at that meeting with Aaron and Marcus and Ken. Over.
Okay, well, then you guys can all check in from there. Good.
Yeah, that's what we'll probably do. We'll all come out here, march out here, and sequence ourselves.
And then we'll have 20 check-ins or more. I got a lot of check-ins tonight. We got 40 right on the nose here. Not too bad for 2 meters.
That usually beats the Southern Cal guys.
Yeah. I haven't heard them. Were they on here tonight, or did they cancel this week yet?
I'm not sure about now. I know they canceled it right over Christmas and New Year's. Over.
Yeah, but I didn't hear a peep of them when I was looking at SWR and KB6BQ. Not KB6BQ. Yeah, KB6BQ. Isn't that Rick?
RQU.
KB6RQU. Yeah, I knew that didn't sound right. It was too easy.
Yeah, I didn't hear them when they were playing down there either. I usually get them here a little bit if they're on.
Yeah, I usually hear them in the background there, and we didn't hear a peep tonight, so who knows? Propagation, SWR was pounding in here, but that's Bakersfield and not Tehachapi and over that way. Sometimes the Lancaster guys check in. No, I don't know where they are. They don't seem to get on very regularly to us here. All right. Good night, all. I'm going in where it's warm here and watch a few minutes of TV. And I had a great nap tonight. I missed Laura Ingram completely. Woke up halfway through with Jesse Waters, so I must have slept over an hour. Good night, all. K6MYC going that away.
Yeah, don't forget the PG&E. You're at 36%, and you're pulling 3,600 watts.
I'll go turn the switch. Thanks for reminding me.
Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR. And good night, Aaron, and good night, Ken. KM6SR going QRT.
Yep, good night, guys, and I'll be disconnecting from Mike's radio here in a second. K6USY.
Yes, sir, everyone. K6MY.
Good night, John. Didn't know you were still hanging there. You're a diehard. K6 Mexico, Italy, 73. K6MYC.